part of what we're doing for these 6 weeks, it's March, right? And everyone does this with every kind of topic, is you create a March Madness bracket. And so we figured, why not create a March Madness bracket to determine the greatest Baylor football player ever? That's what we're doing here. And you may think, Mr. Scotty, the answer is quite obvious. And I would tell you, that's not the point. It's actually not the point. One, the answer may not be as obvious as you think. Depending on if your person went to Baylor pre-90s or post-90s, there might be a different answer to that question. But also, it's about the matchups and the banter and the fun that this creates, comparing players from across eras, across generations, celebrating Baylor football. And we are going to determine who wins this by fan vote. And so tomorrow at 8 a.m., I'll post on Twitter and in this YouTube description the link to go vote. You will be able to vote on every matchup in this round and moving forward, and we will determine from your voice who is the best Baylor football player ever. Question for the room. Who is one player that you really hope to see in this bracket as we reveal the full thing tonight?
I think I'll start out. If I'm not in this bracket, I might flip some tables. We're not going to be worried about technical difficulties if I'm not in this bracket. But I do believe there's going to be some people here that are going to be a little bit surprising, and then there's going to be some people that didn't make it. And I just want to say that Scotty put a lot of work into this, and so if you're not on this list, that doesn't mean you're not a Baylor great or a Baylor legend. This is going to facilitate confrontation,
maybe confrontation
and conversation. But I better be on this, and I better not be a 16 seat.
I was just going to say that I think if you're not on this list, it's probably just because Scotty doesn't like you personally, and you should take it personally.
Yes.
Don't.
That's what it's about.
Please.
No, the person that I'm most hoping to see is Eddie Lackey, because he is probably, for me, one of my personal favorite Baylor greats, and during our time in school, one of my favorite players.
Travis?
Yeah, I got to hop in here. Man, Daniel Sepulveda, talk about a guy who kind of played for some Baylor teams that may have not been the greatest Baylor teams of all time, but still found a way to shine out. So I'm really hoping Sepulveda's going to make the field here.
All right, and here's what we did. I did take nominations. I asked for nominations on Twitter, so some of you nominated folks to be in this field. I'll let you know when some of those nominees are introduced. We're going to get straight into it. We divided this bracket into 4 regions, just like March Madness in the NCAA basketball tournament.